People laughed at him every day. At his old boots, his cheap mop, his silent way of living. But the day he walked into the bank, wearing that same faded janitor uniform, someone made the biggest mistake. They laughed at him too. They didn't know who he really was. Until he tapped the screen. And the billionaire standing behind him saw a number no one expected. That's when everything changed. At 6 a.m., before the city fully woke up, Noah Raymond walked into Crescent Towers with a mop in one hand and his son's lunchbox in the other. His uniform was old, stitched in 3 different places, but his smile never faded. He was a single father, raising 8-year-old Ayan after losing his wife in an accident 2 years ago. Since then, life had been one long climb uphill: bills, school fees, double shifts, and the constant whispering from people who believed he was just a janitor. But Noah never argued. He simply wiped the floors, cleaned the glass doors, and whispered small prayers for strength. Every morning, he stopped at a small coffee stall outside the tower. The owner, Uncle Mehboob, always gave him tea on discount. "Bye, you work too hard," the old man would say. Noah only replied, "As long as Ayan smiles, I am rich enough." Still, behind that smile was a storm. Rent was late. School fees overdue. Medical bills for Ayan's asthma kept piling up. And now his bank app had stopped working. He needed to check his balance urgently. So after his shift ended one evening, Noah took Ayan's small hand and walked to the bank. The bank was crowded. People in suits, people with high heels, people who smelled rich, but none of them looked twice at a janitor with a stained uniform. Until one man did. A tall, confident man in an expensive suit walked in, surrounded by 2 assistants. He was Arman Suleri, one of the youngest billionaires in the country, known for his sharp business mind and even sharper tongue. The staff rushed to him immediately. "Sir! Please come ahead. Sir, right this way." Noah stepped aside with a gentle smile. He had no desire to compete with anyone. He just wanted to check his balance, hoping he had enough left to buy the inhaler for Ayan. A clerk pointed him to an ATM. As Noah inserted his card, the billionaire looked at him and smirked. "People like you actually keep money in banks," he joked loudly. Everyone around him laughed. Noah didn't say a word. He pressed the button. Check balance. Arman leaned closer behind him, still amused. "Let's see, Janitor Saab," he said. "I'm curious, what does a mop worker save? 500 rupees? Noah didn't react. But when the screen loaded, everything went silent. The billionaire stopped smiling. His assistants froze. The guard's eyes widened. Because on the ATM screen was a balance no one expected. A balance that didn't belong to a poor man. A balance that only came with unimaginable sacrifice. And a story no one knew. The screen showed a number that made Arman's voice die in his throat. Indian rupee 184267 918 crore 42,67,900 rupees. Noah quietly looked at it, sighed, and whispered, "Still not enough." To him, this number wasn't richness. It was pain. It was memories. It was everything he had refused to touch for years. Arman stepped forward. This is your account?" Noah nodded calmly. Ayan, holding his father's hand, tugged his sleeve. "Abu, Amir Hain?" Noah knelt down in front of him. "No, Beta. We were. But we didn't choose that life. We chose peace." Confusion spread across every face. Arman finally asked, Who are you?" Noah didn't enjoy the attention. He never did. He simply wanted to check if the medical charity he funded had withdrawn money that month. But now the truth had to come out. "I was co-founder of Raymond Technologies," he said softly. "Before I became a janitor. I built half the systems that your companies now use." The crowd went still. Arman's eyes widened. Raymond Tech? The billion-dollar acquisition? But the founder disappeared. "The founder," Noah said, "was my wife. A silence heavier than stone filled the room. When she died, everything changed. Money didn't comfort me. Business didn't matter. I left everything to my partner and put every rupee in a trust under Ayan's name. He looked at his son with soft eyes. I wanted a simple life for him. No media. No fighting for shares. No pressure. The billionaire swallowed hard, his arrogance evaporating instantly. You live like this, even though you have this much wealth? Noah smiled gently. Wealth isn't money. It's peace. It's being able to sleep at night. It's being there when your child needs you. Armin lowered his gaze. The man who once mocked the janitor now felt like he was the smallest person in the room. Sir, he finally said, I'm truly sorry. I misjudged you. Noah placed a hand on his shoulder. You didn't misjudge me. You misjudged the uniform. Armin felt those words deeper than any business lesson he had ever learned. Before leaving, Noah walked to the counter and transferred a large portion of his balance to the medical charity he secretly ran. When he walked out with Ayan, heads didn't bow in pity anymore. They bowed in respect. And Armin Suleri, the billionaire who laughed, now watched the janitor like a man learning his biggest life lesson. Ayan squeezed his father's hand. Abu, will we ever use the money? Noah kissed his forehead. When we need it, Beta. But until then, our real richness is our heart. And with that, the man the world thought was just a janitor walked away. The richest poor man the world would ever know.